Welcome to Wednesday's News Moto, brought to you by For Real. Each week we partner a moto ride somewhere in Cambodia with updates about what's happening around the country. It's a great way for you to keep up to date with events in the kingdom. Today's ride is a continuation of last week's ride and the final one in this short series exploring the Bokong area. Today's video finishes with some slightly older footage of Bokong Temple itself and another of the monuments you can find in the vicinity. I hope you enjoy the beautiful scenery. At For Real, we donate the money we earn from YouTube to charities in Cambodia. YouTube pays us every month based on the number of views on the ads throughout our videos in that particular month. So by viewing our videos, you're helping us to earn this money. It does add up over time, and we're really happy that we can support great charities in this way. In the description of this and every For Real video, you'll find links to the charities we support. Please check out their websites and find out more about them, and donate directly if you'd like to. We regularly support Cambodian Children's Trust, Heartprint and Reach. Okay, now the formalities are out of the way, let's get into the news. It is Wednesday, the 26th of June, and today we look at the cost of living, a shooting tragedy and another gang. An international survey of the cost of living in cities has ranked the Cambodian capital of Phnom Penh as the second most expensive city in which to live in Southeast Asia. Mercer's Cost of Living City Ranking 2024 evaluated 226 cities across 5 continents, comparing the costs of over 200 items in each location, including housing, transport, food, clothing, household goods, and entertainment. No surprises that Hong Kong leads the overall list, with Singapore a close second, and Singapore also tops the Southeast Asian chart. What is surprising is that Phnom Penh was second in the Southeast Asian cities after Singapore. And, in addition, it's the world's 123rd most expensive city to live in. Bangkok and Manila are closely behind Phnom Penh. Surprisingly, Malaysia is one of the lowest costing countries in Southeast Asia. Pretty sure the survey must not have included beer and pork. Malaysia is a beautiful country with amazing food, friendly people, and excellent infrastructure and medical facilities. The major problem is getting a long-term retirement visa, which is extremely costly and also very confusing as the visa rules seem to change quite regularly. Our good friend Taylor has the best information about Malaysia and its visa options on his channel, Andrew Taylor. There have been some new announcements on that front recently, so check out his channel if Malaysia is of interest to you. There's a link in the description of this video. Cambodia is quickly rising on other fronts as well. Cambodia is on the brink of a significant economic milestone, gearing up to graduate from least developed country status by 2029 despite anticipated reductions in trade preferences and aid. This ambitious goal follows 2 decades of sustained economic growth and sets the stage for the country to transform to an upper middle income country by 2030 and a high income nation by 2050. As per the World Bank Country Lending Group guidelines, the lower middle income economies have a per capita income between $1,086 and $4,225, and the upper middle income economies have an income of between $4,256 and $13,205, while high income economies have a per capita income of $13,206 and above. Prior to the outbreak of COVID-19, Cambodia had maintained an average economic growth rate of more than 7% annually for 2 decades. So things were going really well. After 4 years of post-COVID pain, an upward swing is anticipated this year, with a possible growth rate of 6.6%, so nudging back up towards 7% again. Some 20 years ago, Cambodia was perceived as just a garment and footwear exporter. But now the kingdom is exporting travel goods and has also become a major player in the rice export industry. Cambodia has 3 massive tyre manufacturing plants fully operational, with 3 additional plants currently under construction. Additionally, there are 4 automotive assembly plants, with 4 more of those soon to be launched. Bicycle export has also been a success story for Cambodia, which is now number 1 in the EU market and number 3 in the world. That's quite incredible to go from nowhere in that market to number 3 in the world. Fantastic. However, in the long term, the hurdles presented by digitalisation and swift technological advancements will demand a fundamental overhaul of education and learning systems. Enhancing cognitive skills, particularly in maths and sciences, will be crucial if Cambodia is to transition to a more innovative, knowledge-based economy. A new development could be huge for the island resorts near Sihanoukville. In July, AirAsia will commence direct flights from Kuala Lumpur to Sihanoukville International Airport to seize the flow of tourists to Cambodia's coastal province. According to a statement issued by AirAsia Cambodia, the flights will be operated directly from Kuala Lumpur to Sihanoukville with 3 flights in each direction per week on Wednesdays, Fridays and Sundays. Sihanoukville awaits. Discover Cambodia's coastal gem featuring pristine beaches and a gateway to Paradise Islands, the airline said. AirAsia Cambodia launched 4 flights between Phnom Penh and Siem Reap per day and 4 flights between Sihanoukville and Siem Reap per day. We have actually booked flights to Sihanoukville and we'll be visiting for the first time late next month. Can't wait for that. Currently, 31 domestic and international airlines are operating in Cambodia, including from 8 ASEAN countries: China, Korea, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Qatar, and the United Arab Emirates. Now, this next story is of a kind that we don't usually include in our weekly update. It is a tragic case, and it happened in an area we're familiar with from one of our visits to Phnom Penh. In a case that has gripped the nation, a real estate entrepreneur and now ex-OCNAR has been officially indicted by the Phnom Penh Municipal Court on charges of murder, attempted murder, and illegal use of a firearm. The indictment follows a week-long investigation into the shocking incident that occurred in Phnom Penh's Bore Penghut. According to police reports, the 27-year-old victim was shot and killed at the scene, while his 25-year-old fiancé was also shot and later succumbed to her injuries in hospital. A 20-year-old and a 24-year-old were also injured during the shooting. The tragedy unfolded when the shooter visited the victim's residence to confront them on behalf of a tenant and neighbour over a dispute regarding a mango tree and a clothesline. An argument ensued during which the shooter drew a pistol and opened fire, resulting in the deaths and injuries. The man was apprehended by authorities in Kandal province while attempting to flee. The press release clarified that the murders did not involve premeditation, as the shootings followed a heated argument rather than a pre-planned act. The court has decided to treat the incidents as separate cases due to the nature of the crimes. The brutal nature of the killings has sparked widespread condemnation across Cambodia. Citizens from all walks of life have expressed their sorrow and outrage, calling for justice for the victims. Adding to the public's distress, a security camera video showing the shooting has circulated on social media. The Information Minister has urged the public and media outlets to stop sharing the video, citing its disturbing content and the distress it causes to the victims' families, not to mention those who see it. A horrible loss of life over nothing, but luckily, shootings such as this are rare in the kingdom. An absolute tragedy, and we hope there are no more stories like this to report on in the future. On a lighter note, there has been a major change in the weather, which is very welcome. The Ministry of Water Resources and Meteorology has issued a notification on weather conditions. A low pressure covers the Gulf of Thailand, the Kingdom of Cambodia, the central Mekong Basin and the South China Sea. Temperatures are expected to range from a cool 23 degrees to 31 degrees across the country. It feels very good, I can tell you. Rain and thunder, lightning and strong winds are also to be expected, but after the storms, it's very pleasant to be out and about. Luckily, there are many places to have a coffee or a cold beer, depending on the time of day, and wait out the rain. Now we have some good news stories. The National Dengue Fever Program confirmed that Cambodia has been successful in combating the rise of dengue fever through a campaign at provincial health centres across the country to eliminate the dengue-carrying mosquitoes. There were more than 5,000 reported cases of dengue fever in Cambodia in the first 6 months of 2024, but no fatalities. Compared to last year, there were 4,668 cases, so fewer cases, but there were 10 deaths. The increase in dengue cases this year is a concern for the government as well as the NDFP's program. However, measures have been taken to prevent fatalities. During the rainy season, people have been reminded that they must maintain their houses and the surrounding environment by removing receptacles that can hold rainwater, because when that becomes stagnant, they become the ideal breeding ground for the Aedes mosquito. Now, a couple of rapid-fire good news stories from the natural world. Nature Life Cambodia organisation has recorded about 50 Asian woolly-necked storks that were foraging in the Stung Sen Ramsar site in Kampong Tom province. I'm struggling a bit with the mental image of what a woolly-necked stork looks like, particularly when it's placed in the Cambodian wilderness. And one more. A previously unidentified species of gecko has been discovered in Kampot province's Banteay Meas district. This discovery is the result of a 2-year research project according to the Ministry of Environment. The study was conducted by specialists from the ministry in collaboration with the Royal University of Phnom Penh, Wild Earth Allies, and the IUCN, as well as experts from La Sierra University and the North Carolina Museum of Natural Sciences in the US. Introducing the Royal Cave bent-toed gecko. I think you'll agree he's a very good-looking sort. That brings us to the end of this week's news. You're now up to date with all of the most important events in the kingdom. Don't forget to join us on Instagram or Facebook if you'd like updates between videos. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, have a great week, and we'll see you very soon.